today, man. It's freaking cold, man. I was hoping today would be like in the hoping today would be like in the 50s or something, in the 60s. I don't I don't really know. I don't know if it's gonna get any warmer than this. It's like 31 degrees so far. So basically, I got I got uh, I got two shirts on. I got gloves on. I got a hat on. Um, and I'm not exactly burning up in here at all. And I'm inside, so it's freaking cold. Today I'm gonna try to go out and train a little bit. Um, I lifted some weights in here. I lifted weight in here, but I want to do some functional training today. Like I want to do some balancing and maybe some like precision jumping type of stuff. I don't want to stay in today. I can't wait until it gets freaking warm. This is disgusting. This is too cold, man. Nature, nature, women, obviously, animals, obviously, definitely, spirituality, it's a must. Self defense, a must. Music, just has to be, and art, it's just inherent. Well, to my pleasant surprise, it actually it warmed up a lot. Warmed up. Shit caught me off guard, man. Really caught me off guard. It warmed up so much I didn't need gloves. I could have took my hat off. Uh, Shit, I could have took both my jackets off. I really wanted. Um, as long as it stays this warm, then and gets warmer, I really shouldn't have a problem going out anymore. The spring should be coming in and all that. And I really shouldn't be all bundled up, especially inside indoors. But earlier it was like 31 degrees, man. It was freezing. Well, not freezing, but cold. Cold to me. One sec, I gotta get some water, man. It just goes to show you, man. How temperature changes. So, basically, what I wanted to rant about uh, today, because it had me thinking because it's about genetics. Today, my mom had sent me a picture of my grandfather, an old picture of my grandfather, and the resemblance to me was very, very striking. It was crazy because I do have a lot of features from my mother and my father, but sometimes I have a lot more physically in common with my grandfather, believe it or not, and a lot of what's the word, temperament and personality traits. Which is weird because you know you would think it would be more. And don't get me wrong, I do have a lot of my father's temperament and personality traits. Um, but it's crazy how genetics work. It's crazy how genetics are like almost like it's almost like it's like a code. It's like a code, or it's like a formula, or it's like a recipe. It's like literally like building blocks that can be duplicated and then expresses itself through the birth of a child, or creation of a being in some type of way. You know, it's a very, very interesting thing. You know, often I wonder, I wonder why, sometimes positive and negative. Like I wonder why sometimes I might think a certain way, or you know, have certain type of thoughts and certain type of behaviors, and a lot of it it must be simply due to genetics. It must be simply due to what's the word, like passing down of genes,
I'm
and
back
then
again, and so the
those
temperature
habits and
dropped a
things
little
just
bit, so
express
I put
themselves
my hat and my small jacket
physically.
back on.
You know,
Took my glasses
and
off because
what else was I gonna was I
my
gonna rant
eyes
about? Hold
feel
on one second.
my eyes feel like they are weak. They feel like they got a little bit too adjusted to wearing the glasses, so I took them off. I probably won't wear them. I won't wear them for the rest of the day, and I'll probably only want to put them on before I go to work tomorrow and when I'm working, and then take them right off right after I get out of work. Because it's nonsense, man. This shit is like, they help me see, but then my eyes get all weak and atrophied when I wear them. So I don't like wearing them that much. But I was gonna say, genetics is a crazy thing, and oftentimes I think just like how when an animal is born and an animal has genetic instincts, like an animal, for instance, seeks out strengths in a mate. So there's certain things that it just is not attracted to. It's not what's the word, it dislikes in other animals. It will not want to breed with maybe certain other animals, or if it senses some type of weakness or some type of something, it won't. It's funny because it makes me think about like me when I look at women. I'm not necessarily a person who's like going out looking for a woman really trying to have kids per se. I'm more so like just trying to find a wife, and a companion. Like I'm trying to find a woman that I can basically marry and grow old with. But the thing is there are certain things that like in women I don't like, certain women. I happen to honestly seem to meet a lot of women that I do like a lot of things about them and very little I dislike. But I know when there's things like I that I don't like, and I look at it as one reason is simply that like, and I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it 100%. Women that are unattractive, man, that are unattractive, that's a I'm sorry, but that's a straight fucking no. Like, no, I don't want to be having no kids with no unattractive woman. I don't want my kids having unattractive features. And weakness is another thing. Physical weakness, like, there's levels of strength and weakness, but weakness is another thing. If I see a woman that is like always the weak one, I mean physically weak, that's a no in my book. I'm like, not into that shit. Like, nah, like I would want strong. If I had kids, I would want them to pat the genes, because I may not look it. I may be a skinny guy, but I'm a fucking strong motherfucker. So that shit, I just don't like weakness. You know what I mean? I would hate to have a kid that would always be the kid getting bullied, always be the kid who's like, I can't do this physically. I just, something just bugs me about that. Like, I just don't like that whole. It kind of bugs me. If it is what it is, it is what it is. But I'm not. What I'm saying is, I don't go looking for that. You know what I mean? But and laziness is another thing too. Like, there's levels of laziness, but laziness is another thing. It pisses me off. But I'm saying this all to say, this is all genetic shit. This is all like genetic material. This is genetic shit. I think even down to like the foods people like goes back to genetics. Like I was saying, me, to list off things about me that are what's the word, specific to me. Like I said, um, self defense, music, art, women, nature, animals. Those are all things I love. You know what I mean? Those are all things that like resonate with me, that vibe with me. And oftentimes I have to watch myself because like anger and violence is a serious issue with me. Like I'm one of those people where anger. Like I'm very polite because like I don't like to be confrontational. I don't like to be, but inherently I am very ornery and very angry a lot of times, and very can be very violent and dangerous and destructive. And it is not pretty, you know what I mean? And it is scary too. Someone would have no clue. They'd be sadly what's the word? Disappointed and scared and surprised at what I'm actually capable of. It would just be, it can be hell. Like I said, when I get angry and I get violent, it could be horrible. So that's something I have to work on, and I have worked on it, and I learned to, how can I say it, to what's the word, put things in perspective, to get to the point where it's like, okay, why would I make such a big deal out of this? Or if like a person, I would think, what do I really care about in life? You know what I mean? Like, do I want to be behind bars? Do I want to get into danger? Do I want to get into physical altercations all the time? Or do I just want to to be a husband to someone, to enjoy life? Do I want to let things go and enjoy and be grateful for freedom I have and things I have, and just be smart and just live life, instead of being instead of being hot headed and being violent and hurting people and running the risk of myself getting hurt and people that are involved potentially getting to violent situations. All of that shit is not like, that shit can be avoided, if possible. Usually it can be avoided. So I do stay out of trouble. I do a good job of actually staying under control and not just going just crazy just for the sake of the emotion, just sheer emotion of rage, anger, and frustration, and just going crazy, So I like basically simple things in life. I'm a very sentimental person. I can be a very kind, very nice, sweet guy. I'm not very social most of the time. Really, not that social at all. You know, shit. I would dare say this is gonna be sound like some fucked up shit, but tell you the truth, a woman that I'm not attracted to, I probably won't want to talk to that bitch either. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not so mean, but like, I'm very antisocial. I have to be honest. This is about me, so I'm being honest. I'm antisocial. I'm not really a social person. You see me ranting because this is a rant video. I have to rant. I don't like to talk a lot. You know what I mean? Like I said, unless I like a person, I don't really want to sit there and talk with people. I tend to avoid people and try to get things done that I want to do. Um, so the positive stuff is basically, because I have to say anger and violence is it's funny because I feel like anger and violent anger is like the most aside from like what's the word, intimate emotions like the longing for a woman, the longing for a true companion. That's extremely strong, but the only thing I could say that you compares to how strong those emotions are just straight violent anger and rage. Um, that I said tend to experience. But I've learned that like, you know, um, as painful as it is, any emotion can be controlled and put in its right place. You don't have to You don't have to go off an impulse and physically do something at all. You know, that's just the reality of things. You don't, you know, there's always a way. There's always a way to take a better path. Now, it's one thing if you're in danger. If you're in true danger, then just go fucking crazy. You know, go crazy. And like seriously, go crazy and half murder somebody. You know, but really, during your day to day life, um, you know, when you have like impulses, you can control them. You know, and that's the proper time to control them. Um, but I go back to it's all genetic, man. It's all genetic. It's all inherited. You know, because I think of it this way: if I was like a different person, I know some people who are very what's the word? Just different, you know. And I've seen people that are like they have different type of problems in good things. Like they have what's the word? Sometimes very little emotional care for certain things I care about. Like they're not like stressing being single, they're not stressing being alone. But then, you know, when it comes to like what's it called, like money or something, don't mess with their money. You know what I mean? Because if you mess with their money, that's like their life. You know what I mean? Their money is like their baby. You know, or like their car or their clothes or something. It's like to them that's that's their driving force. You know that's really their, and that's like I said, it's all genetic. You know, you got to think like people are born. When people are born, we're not all born the same. You know, we're born looking different. We're born with different attributes, and that's just the way it is, man. So basically, I look at it like you're dealt certain cards, and then it's your choice to learn how you want to play those cards. You know, me. The thing about me is, like I embrace everything about who I and what I am, but at the same time, I know what's negative to control and put it in its right place. You know, it's not easy, but it's something that has to be done. It's something that I consciously do. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't see me in jail. You don't see me in the hospital because I got my ass whooped by like 6 people because I attacked 6 people at once. You don't see me putting people in the hospital because I am fucked up and maimed people. You don't see that shit. You don't see me fucking busting light bulbs out in my room and fucking punching holes in walls and fucking breaking the mirror and throwing shit around. I'm not doing that shit, man. You know, I refuse to get that out of control. That's fucking stupid, man. That's just some straight dumb shit. And I'm not about no dumb shit. You know what I mean? I'm not about that shit. I mean, I'm trying to basically trying to acquire. That's the word. I'm trying to acquire the things in life that I can enjoy. You know, trying to be able to create things. You know, find the right woman, settle down, and live in peace. You know, and then from there, once I acquire at least that, once I acquire the right woman, I can start having like what's the word, friends, like friends and deep friendships with people that I can actually like trust them. You know what I mean? Um, and I'll actually have a true companion, so that woman I can always go back to her. It's not like I have to rely on me being alone, always being the fucking third wheel, me always having to go visit you know whatever pair of people or 3 people or whatever, and then me going back to be alone when I'm alone and it's just me, and basically whatever nonsense or bullshit that they have going on and people that they're involved have going on, I have to be like witness to it and then have nothing nothing for myself to like feel fulfilled about at all. Nah, man. That's why I tell you the honest truth now. I could be outside. I could be out in the street. I could be visiting people. But guess what? I don't want to, because I don't. The thing is, I don't want to be alone. What I want is to be with a woman. I want a real relationship. I want to have another. What's the word? A better half. Like I don't want to be out with friends and out here and out there and talking to people and doing things that they want to do because they most likely ain't gonna want to do what I want to do. I'm not trying to be all social and all that shit. My focus is on one thing alone. That's creating content, um, trying to get views, trying to get my content out there, and trying to find the right woman that I can have by my side. That's about it. And that's at least where to start. Cause honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm gonna keep it real, man. When it comes to friends and family, it takes patience for me to even want to be around any of them. And that's just the honest truth. Even my best friends, even my closest best friends, for me to be around them, period, takes a ton of patience. The only thing that actually gives me any joy is being around a woman. That's it. That's just the honest truth. When it comes to other people, it takes patience. They kind of annoy. I'm sorry, they annoy the fuck out of me, man. Like I could tell someone, man, I love you, but you know what? You annoy the fuck out of me, man. Like you don't, you know, you. But that's just me. So basically, that's my rant. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is Steve from the back, blowing out your backside. This is Steve from the back. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a nice day.